So I just finished Cardio Fix Extreme, and I kicked my butt. I burned 247 calories. But while I was doing that, I had a thought and a little bit of a fitness epiphany, if you will. So I was going through my Apple Watch history, and you can see how many calories you've burned in a month, kind of total, and I didn't know that was a thing. Sorry. And so I was looking, and in January, February, March, and April, I burned an ass load of calories, and it tells you how many workouts you completed and whatever. And I was on point those 4 months. I did 10 weeks of P90X3, and sorry, my thing slipped higher than it normally is. And I did 3 weeks of hammer and chisel before I injured my knee, and we had all the house drama, and everything kind of went to shit. And so I look back on my results in the first 4 months of this year, and I don't see the kind of results that I've had in the last 3 weeks. And I was super frustrated by that. Obviously, I was working out 30 minutes every day. I was pushing myself. I was burning 250 calories a workout. I wasn't half-assing my workouts. But for some reason, my body wasn't changing. I wasn't losing weight. And I didn't understand why until now. I ate like shit. I ate fine, but I didn't eat well. I wasn't eating enough vegetables. I wasn't eating enough food. I ate out a lot. I wasn't getting in the kind of nutrition that your body needs to really see results when you're working out, right? So I didn't realize that. I was working my ass off working out, and I was getting so frustrated that I wasn't seeing results. And I think that's why I ended up taking a month and a half to think about my life, because one, everything went to shit. But we had a house, and so it was fine. But I wasn't seeing results, and I was getting kind of frustrated because I was working out every single day. And then I decided to do the 21-Day Fix Extreme, which is extreme fucking eating. The workouts are hard, sure. I've done harder. I've done hammer and chisel. That's just as hard. And I've done P90X3. That is just as hard. These workouts aren't any harder than I was doing before. But my nutrition is. And I think that's been the biggest struggle for me in my entire life. I struggled for a really long time with the binge eating disorder. I had really disordered thoughts about eating. I would use food as punishment for how I felt about my body and how I didn't feel about myself. I didn't have any self-confidence, and I didn't feel like I was a good friend, and I didn't feel like I loved people appropriately, and I would punish myself with food. And then as a punishment for that, I would starve myself. And then I'd be really fucking hungry, so I'd binge and then punish myself some more. And so I was in this cycle of self-punishment constantly, and I didn't have a healthy relationship with food. And we ate terribly. We ate really, really bad. I remember when we first had the concept of clean eating, I was like, oh my God, who could eat like this? What are you gonna do without Hamburger Helper? How do you eat without that? And I didn't understand how badly we were eating until I started to turn things around a few years ago. And that I kind of had a similar aha. I haven't really struggled with my binge eating in a while, but I still struggled with not fully understanding how big of a role nutrition plays in what you're doing. We would eat out probably 3 to 4 to 7 times a week, depending, right? We would probably eat out 3 to 4 meals on the weekends, and that's in 2 days. We were constantly eating out on the weekends. We would eat out during the week, and not that we were eating super bad. It's not like we were shoving cheeseburgers in our face, but that kind of food doesn't have nutrition in it. It just doesn't. And so I wasn't getting vegetables. I wasn't getting fruit. I wasn't getting healthy carbohydrates. I wasn't getting the nutrition that my body needed to let go of the fat that it was holding on to. And I wasn't eating enough. I really realized this when like my breast milk supply started tanking. And I'm like, I eat like 2,000 calories a day, but I was eating 2,000 calories of not great stuff. And so I was nervous when I started the 21 Day Fix Extreme about my milk supply, because I had been really struggling with it, and I was eating literally 600 calories in lactation cookies a day. And I was like, this is what I gotta do to keep my milk supply, right? Like that was what was important to me, to be able to feed my daughter. And I was like, whatever that means for my body, like I'll deal with that later. Like my number one goal right now is her food source. So I dealt with it, and I was eating 600 calories a day in cookies just to make more milk. And it wasn't working. Like it was a little bit like anecdotally, but like in the long scheme of things, my milk supply was tanking. And so I was like, well, I'm going to do the 21 Day Fix Extreme if it's not less calories, but it's different, and I couldn't have the cookies. And so I was like, well, if I lose my milk supply, she's almost 1, I guess we'll figure it out. And the exact opposite happened. I started eating vegetables, like more vegetables than I thought I could possibly shove in my face in a day. I have to eat 7 cups of vegetables a day. Do you understand how many vegetables that is? That's an assload of vegetables. 7 cups of vegetables a day, on top of everything else, on top of 6 servings of protein a day, 5 servings of carbohydrates a day, on top of 6 servings of fruits a day. I have to eat an assload of food, and I was not eating that much food before, straight up. And I was not eating that much good food at all. And so I realized that when I started fueling my body appropriately and eating nutritious food and eating vegetables and eating fruit, that my milk supply has gone up. My milk supply is better than it's ever been. And Olivia is gaining weight at like a super healthy rate, which was something that she was super struggling with before. And like, I don't know, like I don't know why I didn't understand that before. Like, because I hear all the time, like, but you're breastfeeding, you shouldn't be on a diet. Oh, you're breastfeeding, you need to blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I'm breastfeeding, I need to fuel my body with good food so I can make good food for my daughter. Like, I don't know why that was such a fucking epiphany for me, and how huge of a change it's been in my supply. Just by eating the right amounts of fruits and vegetables and proteins and carbs a day. This has gone way longer than I intended it to. But I just finished my workout. I have 2 more before I finish the 21 Day Fix Extreme. I have lost over 12 pounds in the last 3 weeks. I feel amazing. I have energy. I am not struggling with depression anymore. Like when everything went down and I wasn't working out, I started to feel like shit again. Like I was bloated. I didn't feel good about my body. I didn't feel good about my energy level. Like my work was suffering because I wasn't working as hard. And now I have the energy to work out during nap time, which is what's happening right now. She's sleeping better. I have no idea if that has to do with my nutrition, but maybe. And I have the energy and I have the strength to keep going and to push hard in these workouts and to burn 250 calories and to push play at 10 o'clock at night because our day was busy and that's when I had to do it, you know? And so I cannot even explain the strength or how important, she just woke up, how important nutrition is in what you're doing. If you're working out and you're working your ass off in the gym, take a look at what you're putting in your mouth, because I can guarantee you if you're not seeing results, that's probably why. That's been my biggest epiphany. And I think when I started this, I was like, yeah, only 21 days and I can eat whatever the fuck I want. I don't want to eat like that anymore. I want to keep going with this. I want to fuel my body every day because I feel so much better. And I feel like finally in the last, so I had Olivia almost a year ago, and I've really struggled to lose past I got to my pre-pregnancy weight pretty fast. And then I kind of stalled, but I was working out and I was doing everything that I thought I should do, except I wasn't eating well. And so my weight loss tanked. So I cannot stress enough how important nutrition and eating well is to your fitness. So it's mom time. She just woke up. But I hope that you guys heard me, and that if you have any questions or want to know about what I'm doing or want to know how much you should be eating, if that's something you're struggling with, let me know, and I can maybe see what I can do. You guys, these hurts are going to make me cry. Thank you so much for the love. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.